If you think it, you can be it, you can do it, you can have it. A lot of success is not about seeing reality perfectly. It's about believing in a version of a reality strongly enough that you bring it into fruition. The people who win are not the most rational beings. They are often the people who had a vision, stuck to that, and believed it could be their reality. Sometimes the difference between delusional and visionary is just the process. It's whether the belief actually produces the results that they want. And this is what I mean by deluding yourself correctly. It does not mean lying to yourself in a stupid way. It means choosing a belief that is slightly ahead of reality. You act like your dream version of yourself already exists. You act as though you are that, you have the accolades that that dream version of you has. You act like that person until you get to be that person. If you take steps every day to live in your dream reality, eventually you will wake up and you will be in your dream reality. Like, you just act like that person, your dream version of yourself already exists. You behave like your goals are inevitable, even when there is no proof of it. You can't have confidence without proof. So you kind of have to fake it until you make it, because you don't have the proof to walk with full confidence in a reality that you are not living in yet. So you just have to behave like you are within that reality, like you are that future version of yourself. Correct delusion is useful because it creates momentum. It gives you a reason to keep going every day. Because if you have this vision, you won't stop until you get to that vision. And then once you're in that vision, you create more goals. You have a new set of goals because you've reached that point. And there's many different versions of like types of people who we would call deluded until they made it. Like, literally those SoundCloud rappers. Everyone likes to make fun of SoundCloud rappers, but there is a whole group of millions of people who love SoundCloud rappers. Like, everybody loves X. Not everybody, but a lot of people love X. Like, yearly, um on his like birthday or the death anniversary, everyone's always posting like songs and like their pictures of him when they went to the concerts and stuff, or like whenever they met them in Florida. So it's like, yes, it is a little embarrassing to have this like kind of grandiose version of yourself that you believe that you can become, and to say that out loud in a reality where you're not that person seems intimidating or frightening, and from the outside looking in it seems crazy. Like those Twitch streamers, for instance, like 5 years ago, the people not on Twitch, not popular on Twitch right now, they would look at them like a crazy person. Or even people who don't know who like popular Twitch streamers are now, when they're outside recording themselves for Twitch, other people who don't know who they are look at them like they're actually insane. Like, this guy's just going to the store. Why would people want to tune in to somebody just recording themselves going to the store or going to a bar? Like, they wouldn't understand it because that isn't their vision. It's not for them to understand. And there's so many different examples like this. Like, entrepreneurs, you you kind of are selling snake oil until you make it. Like, nobody really is going to be there to support your vision because they will not see it like you see it. It's not for them. You kind of just have to stay down until you come up. There's so many different aspects, like being a YouTuber or being an artist. Everyone has this mindset of like a starving artist, but there's money in the art world. It's a billion-dollar industry. These millionaire weirdo freaks are spending millions of dollars on one singular piece. So if you think there's no money in being an artist, you're crazy. You just don't know, or you're not familiar with the market. I'm not saying it's easy to do it all. It's not easy to even have this perception of yourself in the future of making it, especially with how daunting it is, especially if you're like in my age range or younger. Girl, the job market is cooked, and it's a bleak reality that many of the people, even older than us, are struggling to be able to afford daily life. So it's not going to be easy to be able to have this perception of yourself as making it. Um, it's just not. But you have to do it. Like, you can't keep being realistic. That is not. Being realistic is going to keep you stuck at where you are. If your mindset is just like, just your reality now, like, how will you ever move past your reality without having goals that are seemingly unachievable to you right now? Like, some people think realistic means just being honest, but sometimes realistic is just for, it's just like fear of being better. I feel like being realistic is like it's kind of cope sauce for being scared of achieving something bigger than you can imagine. Like, you probably don't have proof of anybody you know in real life achieving such a goal. Whatever your goal is that you envision, whether you want to be a millionaire, whether you want to be a person who lives off grid, like camping and stuff, you want to be like a solo traveler, anything, you want to be a streamer, you want to be a YouTuber, you want to make music, you want to make art, you want to be a doctor, like anything, whatever your goal is, you can't have a realistic mindset or like, oh, majority of the people who try this don't make it, blah 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 blah, because that's just fear. That's just fear sauce. Like, why would you inject fear into something that is already difficult? It's already difficult, and you had the audacity to at least have the thought that you could do it. So why would you let fear get in your way? Like, if you try it and you fail, so what? You just go back to the life that you're already living. Like, you have knowledge to try again. If you try and you fail, like, it's fine. You can't be overly rational. Overly rational people talk themselves out of action. And it's not really fair to yourself because you're not giving a fair shot at your dreams. You're being overly rational, you're like overplaying every single outcome, like you're thinking of everything that could happen when you don't know what would happen until you start doing the thing. Like, you're waiting for a certain answer, and certainty is never going to come to you unless you start doing it. Unless you start doing it, you don't know what happens. Like, even right now, you can have a goal of being bigger than the sun, or like whatever your goal is. Like, you don't know the actual heights of your goal. You see it, you can probably see like people doing that like online. Probably nobody in your real life has your actual same goal, depending on like how big you're dreaming and stuff like that, and like what your specific talents are in life. So everybody's gonna have a different goal, a different picture of their dream self, whether it's like dream location, dream house, dream job, dream like family life, whatever it is. Everybody's gonna have a different vision. So it's not fair to yourself to over rationalize yourself out of action, because then you'll never take steps to become that dream version of yourself. Like, that fear is disguised as logic. Yes, those are logical thoughts, but you never know what could happen until it does. So it's just like a method of keeping yourself protected and comfortable, because the human spirit loves comfortability. But being comfortable is going to keep you in a small life. Like, you're never going to get to that dream version of yourself staying comfortable. You have to take risks. If you don't risk anything, there is nothing to gain. You'll just stay at a plateau. Like, being practical is going to become your excuse. That's what other people are probably going to put onto you if you tell them your dreams, your goals are like, oh, I never even considered doing all that. Like, that's not realistic. You don't even know how to do that. Da, da, da. Whatever. If you don't know something, you should just learn it. The world rewards confidence before competence. People respond to certainty. So even if you are faking, if you can fake confidence enough, people will just believe you. People will literally just believe you. Like, a lot of times, even for like job interviews, it's not that the person who gets the job is actually the most qualified technically on paper. Sometimes it's just they were the most confident person that was interviewed. Confidence creates trust, and trust creates access. So even when someone is still learning, belief can open doors that being realistic and skill alone cannot. Like, you can get way further with your personality than your technical skill. Like, it goes further than job interviews. Like, this is the same thing for like sales. Sales is 100% not about even the product you're selling. It's literally about the confidence of the salesman or saleswoman, whoever's doing the sales job. It's more about confidence than it is about the quality of the product or like the value of the product. Sales is a big personality business. You will make it in sales. You can sell anything. You will make it in sales if your personality is huge and you can charm people. Same thing with like content creators. A lot of content creators either, I'm not gonna say people are lying, like everybody's lying, but you can definitely lie. Like, what do they know? They're watching a video. They don't know you. Like, a lot of content creators kind of project their dream reality in their videos until they genuinely have it, and they start making in detailed videos about stuff in their life because they've projected that into their videos so much that it literally became their reality, and people are watching because they like the personality and the confidence that the content creator has. Same thing with like social interactions and like dating. Confidence gets you further than actual skill ever will. They're not always going to choose the most qualified person. They're choosing the person who seems the most sure of themselves and like genuine. Now, confidence is key, but there is a danger with that, because delusion can definitely become denial. Not every delusion you're going to have is productive. Some people have a lot of delusion. Like, social anxiety is one of those delusions. Nobody cares what you're doing. Literally nobody cares. And I'm not saying this as like a social anxiety is stupid thing. It is stupid, but I literally have it. Or I have it and I don't really struggle as much with it anymore. I don't know. I feel like it's just coming with age and just generally interacting with the general public. You will realize a lot of people are stupid and they literally don't care about you and what you're doing. If you go to the gym, that will, I feel like working a customer service job or like going to the gym, you will realize like people literally don't care about you. Like, they don't care about what you're doing. They're not looking at you. It's not that deep. It's honestly not that deep. Once I realized that, my social anxiety got way better. I still have a thing about like answering the phone. I work at a call center, by the way, but I still have a thing about answering the phone. It feels like scarier than like talking to somebody in real life. So I don't know what that is. I need to work on that still. And yeah, so like basically not every delusion is productive. Social anxiety is one of those delusions that are not productive. Overthinking is also a delusion that is not productive. Some people use delusion to actually avoid reality instead of to confront it. The difference between believing in yourself and refusing to see your flaws. Like, you can be realistic and delusional at the same time. Like, you can be delusional about your goals, but you can't be delusional about the type of person you are, because you're not going to fix yourself into the reality that you're trying to achieve. Or you're going to have this like false reality where maybe you do have the things, but you didn't do the self work, so you don't believe that you're worthy of the things that you have, or you might ruin it because you're not the type of person that you're supposed to be in that reality that you set yourself in. Like, bad delusion is fantasy with no discipline behind it. Like, you can have all the things, but you can be like a terrible person. So like eventually it's going to come crashing down around you, even if you do get some of those things that you were reaching toward. So like a healthy delusion is like, I'm not there yet, but I'm becoming that person. And then an unhealthy delusion would be like, I don't need to change anything because I'm special, I'm perfect, I'm everything. And that's just not true. Like, your people are ever evolving, so to think you like don't need any change at all is crazy. And this matters a lot in your 20s, because your 20s are full of uncertainty and comparison and like a lot of identity confusion. A lot of people feel behind, myself included, because they're measuring their private life against everyone else's public image. Like, we have access to like millions of people, billions of people on social media, so we can see all of their most like glamorous moments in their life, and most of the moments of somebody's life are not glamorous. A lot of it is very mundane and sometimes traumatic. You know, traumatic events happen to everyone. It's not just reserved for like the general public or like lower class or like whatever. Traumatic moments happen to literally everyone in life. It will not skip you. No matter who you are, it won't skip you. Um, if you wait until you feel ready, like, you may never start. And that's very sad to see. Like, you can't have everything planned out to the T, like every little detail, because there's nuance in life. Things are going to change. You never know what's going to happen. Things will go wrong. Like, people you meet, you never thought of meeting before. Like, you can't just feel ready. You just have to jump in and start doing it, and you will learn as you go. Like, sometimes you need to build belief before you have evidence, because you can't get genuine real confidence until you have proof of basically who you are becoming or what you're trying to achieve. And you can't have proof until you start doing the thing. So you really just have to start whether you feel ready or not. So basically, you have to get your reps in. You have to start becoming the person that you're trying to see yourself being in your future, or like your dream reality. So you have to get your reps in doing the things that that person would do every day, like the habits that that person would do every day, what you would wear, what you would smell like the food you would eat, the type of people that you would talk to. You have to get your reps in early so that you can fully flesh out that being, because you have an idea, but until you start doing it, you don't really know you're not going to know exactly who or like what you want to be. You can have like a general idea, and writing it down helps plan it out. Like you can literally plan out like what your ideal day is, what your ideal week is, like what you do, the people you see, um things you have. And it's just really closing the gap between who you are and who you're trying to become. And I think this is how you delude yourself correctly. You pick a version of yourself that is demanding but believable, and you act in line with that version of yourself every day. You keep promises to yourself, so that means you do what you say you're gonna do. You're gonna take that class, you're gonna write that paper, you're gonna join that seminar, you're going to go to the gym every day, you're gonna run once a week, you're gonna sign up for that marathon. Whatever it is that you say that you want to do but you've just been putting it off, you're actually gonna start doing those things, and you're gonna build proof through actually completing those actions. Because once you start doing the stuff that you say that you're going to do, you're going to build trust in yourself. And I think it's like, this is for like relationships. There's like a study about it. It's like every negative action needs 6 positive actions to kind of like rebuild that trust. That's for partners in like a healthy relationship. And if you have, maybe you have a bad relationship with yourself, and your body, it was why you may have like a lot of anxiety, doesn't trust yourself because you keep lying to yourself. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Like, think of something that you've been putting off for like for a long time. For me, I've been putting off I've been putting off putting car air filters in my car for like, I've had them for like 2 months. So like, when you lie to yourself, even about small stuff like that, you're creating a distrust in yourself. So, like the study goes, you need like 27 positive actions to correct a negative action if you have a poor relationship with your partner. So I feel like this can be applied to yourself. Maybe it's not as dramatic because you're within yourself, but I would say somewhere between 6 and 27 positive actions are needed. So that's promises kept to yourself, are needed for you to start building and keeping trust in yourself that you can do the things that you set out to do. Because once you do those little like mundane things every day, whether it's like, I'm gonna drink 1 liter of water every day, and you do it, and you've built that little proof, even though it's like something as small as that, that means you've built that trust, you've built that physiological trust in yourself. So when you try to tackle a bigger goal, your body won't be as anxious or won't be as prone to overthink, and your abilities to do the thing, because you've built up these small wins along the way by keeping the promises to yourself. So like, you have to let your behavior create the belief, not just what you think. You basically just have to do what you say. Your future depends on you being able to do these little things so that you'll be able to do the big things that you want to do ultimately. The basic idea is like, you do not become confident by thinking about confidence. You become confident by surviving the evidence that you can change. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the reps. The trick is not to become blindly delusional. The trick is to believe in yourself long enough to become the version of you that isn't afraid of achieving things. In the end, the people who change themselves are the people who are willing to believe in something before there's actual proof for it. Love you, bye.